5 minutes till we're live.
Hi, my name's Steve, and because I knew how to do CPR when I was at Parkrun, I was able to help restart a heart, and through what you're about to learn, you too could save a life.
Afternoon everyone. Hi there, my name's Ben. I'm one of the paramedics here at Air Ambulance Charity Kent, Surrey, Sussex.
My name's Lara. I am also one of the paramedics here at Air Ambulance Charity Kent, Surrey, Sussex. Thank you for joining us today.
Lara, loads of waves from what we can see so far. This is awesome. So yeah, welcome to KSS. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to show you all how to save a life. We can see loads of cuddly toys out there. There's a bit of everything, isn't there? But yeah, we're going to show you how to do CPR. We're going to show you how to be lifesavers. We're going to get you stickers by the end of the day. We've got certificates on the way. They're going to join our little army of mini lifesavers that we've been creating today. We've trained thousands so far today.
And obviously you might only use these skills one time, but we really want you to be ready for that one moment because it really could save somebody's life.
And we know that children are key, aren't they, with this?
Yeah.
You know, adults, they sometimes panic, don't they? They get all stressed, they scream, they shout. But the children, really calm. We know that they're some of the best lifesavers that we see.
We do.
And we've already seen some of the children today do CPR really, really well. So we're going to show you how to do it today. You're going to be able to go home and become our little mini lifesavers.
So we can't hear you, but we would love it if you've got any questions, please just type them in the chat, let us know, and we will do our very best to answer any questions that you've got throughout.
Yeah, definitely. We want to hear from you because we've got essentially a really important session, haven't we, Lara?
Yeah.
We've got thousands of people to tell about CPR and why is it important? Why are we doing this?
That is a really good question, Ben. And actually, let's put that one straight out to you guys. So all the teachers, all the children out there, have a quick chat and think about why is CPR important? Why do you need to do it before the ambulance crew gets there or before help comes? And just let us know in the chat and we'll keep an eye on the chat and we'll have a look at your answers.
And actually, whilst they're doing their typing, Lara, we could start to get ready for the CPR.
We can
do our stretches.
We can do our CPR
ready
stretches.
For CPR. We might even see a couple of stretches.
I hope so.
Out
Get
in the
nice
crowd,
and warm.
you have got to be ready to do CPR.
You absolutely do.
Especially as you get older.
You do. We're keeping an eye on if anyone's got any thoughts why CPR is important. So we've got some answers coming in now. Perfect, that one. To use it to save lives.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. There's some fast typers today.
I know, brilliant.
To help someone.
Fantastic.
And that is exactly what we want people to do, don't we? We want people to step forward and help someone until the ambulance or our helicopter that they've just been seeing arrives.
Exactly that. Brilliant answer. To help someone you love from dying. So yeah, we know this happens a lot of the time in people's homes. So it could be someone that you know. So yeah, absolutely fantastic answer there.
Another person, saying to save a life. Oh, here we go. I think we've got the clinical answer coming in to help pump the blood.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what we're going to show you to do, isn't it? By doing those chest compressions, we're going to compress the heart and beat that blood around the body.
And that last one is exactly right. So we know unfortunately, someone could die before the ambulance gets there. And by doing CPR, you are helping to save them in that time before they can take over.
One more
coming in, haven't we? Yeah.
And again, someone's made a really good point, haven't they?
Yeah.
That actually, the longer it takes for people to start doing CPR, the chances of survival reduce. So we know if people don't do CPR before we get there, the chances of survival are reduced, don't they?
Yeah.
We're still going.
We'll do this. We'll have this as our last one.
Yeah, our last one.
Oh, to keep someone safe who is in danger.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Definitely. Very last one now, and to keep their heart going.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you for those answers. So hopefully now you're sitting in front of our screen, you're in your classroom, maybe you're on a chair, some of you are on the floor. Hopefully you've got a bit of space around you and you've got maybe your cuddly toy or a cushion or your jumper just rolled up. And then we hopefully will be ready.
Yeah, should we see if they're ready to be lifesavers?
Shall we?
So let's have a big shout out from you all. Are you all ready to be lifesavers? We've got a bit of noise. I think it's because it's after lunch, isn't it? They're probably a bit sleepy. Let's see if we can have you as loud as we can. Let's see if we can break our speakers. Are you all ready to become lifesavers?
Yeah, brilliant.
Let's see the camera shaking.
I don't know, are we ready to become lifesavers?
we
I don't know
ready?
if we've got, have we got anything?
They've got all their couple of toys. You got yours? No. Here we go.
Ah, brilliant. Thank you
Yours.
very much. Okay, I
That's all
think
we
I'm
need.
ready now.
I've got mine. Perfect. We're going to do a little film about the charity and then we'll be back with you shortly.
We're your local air ambulance charity. We hope you never need us, but every year thousands of people do. And if you do, we'll be there to fight for your life.
Our helicopters are flying emergency rooms. When there is a life or death call, we bring specialized doctors, paramedics and treatment to the scene fast. And we don't stop, 24/7, 365 days a year.
Last year, our crews responded to 9 incidents every day. That's over 3,000 incidents.
It costs $45,000 a day to run our life-saving service, making sure our team get to where they are urgently needed.
Without you, we can't keep flying. Without you, we can't save lives.
Brilliant. So we hope you enjoyed the video. Ben, I'm ready. I've done my stretches. Shall we get straight into
Whoa,
some
wait,
CPR?
Lara, we have got a couple of other things to do first.
Okay.
We've got to check for danger.
We do. That is right.
Safety.
We do need to check for danger.
We do. So if you find a person that's
Yeah.
unresponsive, the first thing you need to do is check for danger.
Absolutely. And what kind of stuff would you reckon we need to check for?
Well, obviously we are masters of our profession. We
We're
know about
danger
all the
pros,
dangers out
we
there.
do.
We do. But what about the children? Should we see if they can spot any dangers or
That would
think
be
of any
fantastic.
dangers that might affect them before they try and deliver CPR? Because we're the experts. We're
We know
we're
of
not
danger.
gonna miss any dangers.
We don't walk in
We'll get ready. We'll do the last of our stretches.
Yes, excellent.
before
We'll do a
the
bit more
CPR.
stretching. We've got our hand in the chat, so just let us know. Have a chat with the teacher. Any ideas what kind of dangers we need to look out for? Oh, someone said look out for water.
Water.
So if you're
yes.
near the edge of any water, that's obviously not very safe, so you wouldn't want to do that. Brilliant.
Someone else. Roads as well. Roads
Yes.
are really important, aren't they? I think if people
Absolutely.
collapse near a road, you've got to be wary of traffic
Yes,
and everything else.
exactly that. Brilliant answers. Thank you. Does anyone think of anything else you might need to look out for? Oh, good. We haven't had that one yet today, have we?
No.
Fire.
And electricity as
Yes.
well. Yeah, both,
Yeah.
both ones that we haven't discussed. Animals. Is that
Yes.
something else that
Yes.
someone else has put in? We're used to looking out for those, aren't we? Cats,
Yes.
dogs, and
Yeah.
anything else that may creep up on us.
Yeah, gas. Perfect. Yeah. Brilliant answer.
Trip hazards.
Yeah, exactly. So we
Trip
want to keep
hazards,
ourselves safe. That's the most important thing, is we can't help someone else if we are in trouble ourselves. So we don't want to be tripping on anything. Don't want anything falling on us. So it's always good to have a look up just to make sure nothing's going to fall on you.
Yeah. All right. Here's a good one, and the last one as well.
Yeah.
Before we move on, but if they've been poorly or sick before, so
Yeah.
they might have something infectious that they could pass on to you. It's a really good point for us to think about, isn't it?
A really nice
Yeah,
answer.
perfect.
Thank you for those. But as you were saying, Ben, we never miss a danger.
We
do
wouldn't miss danger.
never.
We are seasoned professionals.
Oh my gosh, there's
It's a
snake.
snake.
Not
A
there's
snake.
going to be a snake there. Right, let's get rid of that.
Get that
Always
away.
get the danger as far away as you can before you start.
But we spotted it. And that's
We
the
did.
key thing. We spotted
Quickly.
it straight away.
Okay, so as you said, Ben, the first thing we need to do is check for danger, and then we need to recognise that this person is not very well.
We do.
So how would we do that?
But the first thing is if they're laying like this, we need to get them on their back. We need to be able to see them. So we're
Okay.
going to roll them onto their back.
And you guys can all do this with us as well. So
Yeah, so
even if they're a
roll
little
your
bit heavy,
teddies onto your back, yeah? Perfect. And then, Lara, what we need to do is we need to give them a bit of a shake because they
Okay.
might just be sleeping.
Yeah,
We don't know.
that's
So
true.
give them a good shake
okay.
and shout, "Are you okay?"
Are you okay?
Come on, I can
Are
actually
you
see them
okay?
giving their teddies a proper shake. Come on. It's a real shake that's going on over there. And so if you can't wake your teddy
Yeah.
or your person,
Okay.
that's when you need to call 999.
Okay. And get help.
You do.
And what if I look at them and I think, oh, sometimes they're snoring or making some funny noises or.
So you call 999, Lara. If they're not breathing,
Yep.
you call 999. If their breathing's noisy, we call 999.
Okay.
If they're snoring,
Yeah.
you're going to call 999. Even if there's long gaps between their breaths, and when they look like a fish out of water, so that you're going to call 999. That is what we should be doing.
Brilliant.
And so I guess we should go to one of our experts, really, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Who's the person we're going to go to?
So we're going to go over to Lauren, who's one of our air ambulance dispatchers, and she's going to talk about calling 999.
Hi, my name's Lauren. I am one of the dispatchers for the charity. My job is to take a look at all the calls coming in across Kent, Surrey and Sussex and see which one requires an air ambulance response. So one of the things, if you do need to call 999, is to consider if there is a landline available. If there is a landline, it is best that you do call on this, as there will definitely be signal. Obviously mobile phones may have some signal issues and we may not be able to pick up your location as easily. So what I want you to do is shout out to your teacher what you think the first question that you will be asked when you call 999. So the first question is going to be, is the patient breathing? And then following that, you will be asked whether the patient is awake or conscious, which you will know because you will have already had a look and you've already learned about recognition. So if you don't know your address, who do you think you could ask? So you might want to consider going and knocking for one of your neighbours. Your neighbours may already know your address and they may also be able to help you with the person who needs help. Now when you're on the phone to the call handler at 999, they will give you the instructions to perform the CPR. They will also be looking at how close the ambulances are and they will let you know when to go and open your door to let the crew in. Once you've opened the door, don't wait for the crew, go straight back to the person who needs help and carry on with the CPR. The person on the phone will carry on giving instructions until the crew is ready to take over. Another thing they might ask is if someone's available to wave the crew down. So if you have someone else with you, maybe a sibling or a friend, they might want to stand at the door and give a wave when the crew get near, and they can come and bring the crew in to you with the person in need. Now, I want you to have a think what risks might be present for the crew when they arrive. So, pets might be something you need to think about. It might just be the case that you need to shut your dogs or cats away behind a door just so that they are out of the way of the crew and the crew can move in and get straight to work. So just a little recap. You're going to be asked if the patient is breathing and awake. You need to know your address or go and speak to a neighbour to get your address and confirm the location on the phone. You're going to need to open the door when the call taker tells you to and then go straight back to the person in need and carry on with the CPR. You might want to have someone ready to wave an ambulance down, and you may also need to put any pets away.
By Lauren there, talking through the calling 999 and the dispatch process. So, Laura, shall we just recap where we are so far before we go to number 4? So number 1 was checking for danger. Number 2 was checking for a response. Number 3, call 999 and get some help. And now number 4 is what we're going to teach you, doing CPR. So hopefully you've got some space around you. Teachers, we're going to need a little bit of help from you to just help us coach the children through this, although actually we found they're pretty good, aren't they? And don't really need much help at all. So Laura, do you want to talk us through how we're going to do CPR on our teddies?
Yeah, so if you kneel beside your teddy or the person, and actually I might just put my lip balm on just to get a little bit ready.
No, we don't do any mouth to mouth.
We're not
anymore.
doing, okay, so we're not doing any mouth to mouth, okay. So I want to get really, really straight arms. Brilliant.
You can see them out there actually. Quite
fantastic. Nice straight arms, not like this. Nice, brilliant, that's fantastic. And then you're going to put this part of your hand, the heel of your hand, in the middle of the person's chest. So find the middle, line up the middle of your hand there. And then you want to lean over them. So you don't want to use your arms. You want to use your whole body weight to press down on their chest as hard as you can, just like this.
I can see it out there. Lots of straight arms.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And sometimes I think, I hope I'm not going too fast or too slow when I'm doing this.
Well, Laura, I like to sing when I do CPR.
What do you like to
So
sing?
my favourite song is Baby Shark. I don't know if they know it. Does anyone out there know Baby Shark?
I hope they do.
I can see a couple of nods and a shout. Well, maybe they'll sing with us.
I hope they do, yes.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm
1,
ready.
2, 3. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Should we see which school can sing the loudest?
Yeah, we maybe
As
we
they're
can
doing
do
it, so we can see them doing their CPR.
Oh,
Let's hear you
brilliant
singing.
CPR.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Oh, it's awesome, isn't it?
Fantastic.
I can see
Really
our screen
well
shaking
done.
from their
Brilliant.
singing. Oh, that is awesome. Perfect. Should we just go through that
I think
CPR
we
one
should.
more time so
I
that
think so.
everyone's doing it? But we can see some pretty good
Yeah, it's fantastic.
CPR out
Yeah.
there. So what was the first thing, Laura?
So we want to get our arms nice and straight, and we've kneeled right next to them, really straight arms. We're going to put this bit of your hand, the heel of your hand, right in the middle of your chest, and lean over with all your body weight and push down as hard as you can.
Awesome.
Brilliant, just
Oh,
like
there's
that.
a proper army of lifesavers out there.
Fantastic, it's great to see.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to do the next bit. I didn't think
Okay.
they'd have it. And do you think they're going to be good enough for the
I
next
think
bit?
they absolutely definitely will.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, but I think there's
yeah.
a proper army of lifesavers out there. All right, let's get the defib out. Let's show them how to shock a heart.
Okay, and that is the thing that shocks the heart, isn't it? The defib.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just show that to them just there. Where would I find this one, do you think?
well, actually, I've been speaking to some of the teachers
Yeah.
at the schools, and actually, some of the schools have these in their reception,
Fantastic.
ready for people to use.
Brilliant to hear.
And Laura, if I put one of these on someone,
Yes.
can I harm them at all? Is the electric shock gonna hurt them?
Definitely can't. So this will give an electric shock to the heart if it needs it, and if it needs it, it won't hurt them, and if it doesn't need it, it won't do it. So there's no way you can hurt the person at all with this.
Shall we show them how it's used?
Shall we, Ben? So I'll show you.
Yeah.
So we'll just turn it on. So we've got loads of big helpful numbers here and to tell you what to do. So we just press the on off button, and we're just going to do exactly what it
Call
tells us to
emergency
do.
medical services now.
So as Lauren was
Adult
saying,
mode.
call for help if you haven't already done it,
Follow the voice prompt calmly.
and be nice and calm. It's
Remove
really
all clothing from chest and stomach.
So of the patient,
Rip
So
clothing if necessary.
take any hoodie off. You might
Take
need
out
to
the
grip it
pads
with your
from the
hands.
bottom of the device.
Take these out. These came from
Tear
here.
open the pad's packaging.
Then you're going to see the pads that look like that. 2 sticky pads.
Look closely at the picture on each pad.
Okay, so I've checked the picture and it tells me exactly
Peel
where to
off
put
the
it.
pad labelled 1
This is
and
number
stick
1.
to the bare skin of the patient, exactly as shown in the picture.
Bare skin.
Peel off the pad labelled 2
Number
and
2.
stick to the bare skin of the patient, exactly as shown in the picture.
So it's going to look just like that.
Do not
See it?
touch the patient.
Don't touch it. Laura.
Analysing heart rhythm.
So it's just checking the rhythm of the heart.
Shock advised.
So it does need a shock, it's telling us.
Stand
So
clear.
stand back.
So stand clear, I'm going to press
Flashing
the
orange
button. Everyone clear.
Yeah, shock
Standing back.
delivered.
And that was a shock delivered there.
Oh, it's as simple as that, is it? And
Yeah,
when do I
it
do
is,
the
yeah.
CPR?
So
CPR
after you've done that
now.
shock, it will tell you
Press
start
the
your
flashing blue
CPR
on
now.
button for CPR voice.
Just see the
Burn.
in my head.
Wow, simple as that.
Just like you did earlier.
System shutting down.
So Laura, shall we do a quick recap for everyone
I think
from
so.
start to finish so
Yeah.
they can see all of that in action? All right, then. Let me take these off the bear. Let's get ready to go. All right then, so step number 1, we've been walking along. What do we do?
I need to check it's safe, so I'm looking for any danger. I can't see any pesky snakes
No
again this
snakes.
time. I'm looking up, I'm looking all around. I feel pretty safe. Hopefully you guys all feel pretty safe where you are.
Perfect. And do this as we go along as well, children.
Yes.
So 1, danger. 2, what we're going to check for.
We want to check for a response. So nice and loudly, are you okay? Are you okay? With a little shake as
I
well.
can see some good shakes going on there.
Fantastic.
Number 3, we've got to call someone, I think.
We're going to call 999. We're going to call
Perfect.
for
And
help.
actually, I can see them on their telephones there. They're
Brilliant,
all
guys.
ringing.
Well done, well done.
Awesome. Number 4, once we've called 999,
So we are going to start CPR. So nice straight arms out. Heel of your hands right in the middle of their chest. Put all your body weight over and sing whatever song you want to sing to know how fast you need to go.
perfect. And number 5, if there's one available, Laura, what do we need to try and use?
We would need a defibrillator to try and shock their heart back into life. So I'm going to turn that on and I'm going to do exactly what it tells me to do.
Awesome work. And look at all those lifesavers. We can actually see them, can't we? Doing CPR.
Fantastic.
This is fantastic. Well, that's nearly the end of our session. We've got a couple of time. We've got some time at the end for questions and answers, haven't we? And actually, whilst you're thinking of your questions or typing them in the notes for us, we're going to show you a little video from Steve, who's the son of someone that we went to who had a cardiac arrest. And Steve was a lifesaver and saved his dad's life.
Hi everyone, my name's Steve, and I'm so glad that I knew how to perform CPR. When my father collapsed after walking his dog, my mum found him within only a few minutes and managed to call 999. Luckily enough, I only live a few doors down and managed to be there pretty quickly. When I saw my father unconscious and not breathing, I knew that I had to perform CPR. I managed to perform it and keep him alive until the crew from KSS arrived. Anyone can give CPR, it doesn't matter whether you're young, you're old, you're not going to hurt them and you're not going to make that situation any worse. You have the chance to save a life, so don't be scared or worried about doing CPR. KSS cared for my dad and he's made a great recovery, but if I had not been there, things could have turned out very differently. Just remember what you have learned about CPR today and the difference that you could make. You just never know when you might need it. So why not encourage others to learn about CPR? It's something that anyone can do. One day you might find yourself in the same situation as me with your loved one or your friend, and you have those skills to make a difference. Thank you for your support and spending time with KSS today.
Welcome back everyone. Thank you for watching that video. So we've got quite a few questions already coming in on the chat, which is brilliant. So the first one, which we haven't had that today either, is can you use a defib more than once? Excellent question. And yes, you can. So you just keep it on and it will get you to do CPR for a little bit, and then it will tell you to stand back from the patient again and do another check. And you just keep doing that for as long as until help arrives. So yes, you can.
Perfect. So question number 2, what is the quickest you've arrived at an accident?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is. Well, bizarrely, last week I was flying on the helicopter and we flew over someone before they'd even called 999. They'd had their accident and it was one of the weirdest things ever. We were flying over them as they were calling us.
That's probably the quickest.
I guess that's got to be the quickest.
Yeah.
But we know we can get to anywhere, can't we, in our patch in the southeast of England within 30 minutes in our helicopter. So we can get everywhere really quite quickly.
Do you do this CPR the same way if someone has drowned? Also, fantastic question. Obviously, as you guys already know and you're pros, make sure it's safe. So you don't want to go anywhere near any water that someone's drowned in. But otherwise, yes, you do it exactly the same way. Brilliant question.
Another good question. So how to call the emergency services when you're abroad? Well, there's an agreement that if you dial any of the sort of emergency services numbers, it will default you to the local numbers. So if you dial 999 in Europe, it will still put you through to the emergency services. But it's 112 in Europe, isn't it? It's the same number everywhere in Europe other than here. And in America, it's 911.
Exactly that. Next question. How many times can you do CPR? Which is maybe like how long can you do CPR for? So it's actually pretty tiring, as you guys probably know. It's hard work. So go as long as you can until help arrives. And obviously, if there's anyone else around, now you are our lifesavers. So even if they say, oh, I don't know how to do CPR, you do. So you can really support them and you can tell them that they're doing really well and tell them what to do.
Another really good question. So what if their airway's blocked? What does pushing on the chest do? Well, I guess it depends on what it's blocked with. If it's a liquid, so if it's fluid or vomit, then you might be able to turn your patient on their side and it might just drain out of them. And if it's something solid that you can see and you can easily get out, then you might be able to hook it out. But you've got to be really careful putting your fingers in people's mouths.
Exactly.
But even if you can't get it out, actually pushing on the chest might force the air out the lungs and it will force that object up and out, mightn't it? So, and that's certainly something I've seen in my practice.
And we know that your blood carries lots of oxygen anyway, so just by pushing on that chest, you'll get all that blood with all that oxygen to go around to the patient's brain and their heart, which is the most important thing. How long does it take for them to wake? That's a really difficult question. So they might not wake up with you at all. They might just stay and you might just have to keep doing CPR. They might wake up with the ambulance crew, or they might not wake up to a hospital. So you can't really know a time, and that's why we just keep going for as long as we can until help arrives.
So we've got a
Two
last
more
couple.
questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try and pick anything that we've not already done. So let's do. So what if you don't have a defibrillator?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good point. That actually just CPR on its own may be suitable for people, and it's certainly better. We know that a defibrillator helps people.
Yeah,
if you don't have one, just doing CPR in the meantime is exactly what they need.
Yeah, exactly that. And there's quite a few questions about like rescue breaths, doing mouth to mouth, and how do you know if they're breathing. So I'll put that all together. If they're not waking up to you at all, you just start those chest compressions. Don't worry if you're not sure if they're breathing. Don't worry. We know it's really hard to tell sometimes, so just call for help and start your CPR. And no, mouth to mouth is not needed. So all you need to do is those compressions, and that will get the oxygen around their body.
And I guess the very last thing to end on is a really good point.
Yeah.
Can CPR hurt someone? That's what we want you to take away from today. You can't hurt someone. You can't get this wrong.
Exactly.
And we just want you to act, and that could potentially allow you to save someone's life. So
brilliant question.
Yeah,
I think the best
awesome
of all day. Yeah.
Made us earn our money.
Exactly.
And what I'll try and do is we'll link any questions that we didn't get to answer, and we'll send something out to everyone afterwards. I think just because there's so many good questions coming in that we need to answer. So I guess that's the case of wrapping things up, isn't it? Just to say, like, don't forget, you're all now mini lifesavers.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for taking part.